Let's start. I think all of us are here. We have full house today. Hello to the TUC meeting on 10th of October. So we will have the usual agenda, reviewing the action items from last week, reviewing PRs, RFCs, and talk about any other business. Additionally, we will get an update from the Vulnerability Management Working Group today. So let's start with reviewing the actions from last week or last meeting. We have a long agenda here. Yeah, we had an action item for Stephan to look into options how we can enable working group areas when they need access to GitHub Action.
Yep, I have written an issue with 4 options as a basis for discussion. And looking forward to your feedback or voting or whatever. It goes from changing the GitHub plan to simply grant everybody admin access. So the full range with some pros and cons that I had in mind.
So I'll put an action item so that everyone reviews that or provide feedback. I think it was an issue.
And then, yeah, we can discuss next time whether we pick one of these options and turn that into an RFC or whatever, how we continue.
Okay. Thank you, Stephan. I had a short look with this quite detailed. Yeah, I like it. Okay,
let's see if you like it.
Let's see which option wins. Now we can proceed with the update. So, Paul, the floor is yours.
Hey, morning, folks. Thanks for having me, and good to see you guys again. Update from the Security Vulnerability Working Group is it's been pretty quiet for us since the last time we spoke. Honestly, we haven't had many issues to deal with at all, which is a good sign, I guess. And the only thing of note really is the system we use to track the fixes for vulnerabilities in Ubuntu through into the stemcells and the CF-Linux FS4 has been a little bit spotty. It's a proprietary system we kind of invented ourselves, and we had some issues with that. The team maintaining that have kind of been a little bit up and down in terms of resourcing, and some issues crept in with it, which prevented us from being able to automatically create the notices that we send out, and so there was a little blip in we try and send them out roughly once a month. There was a little blip recently where we didn't quite hit that target, but it wasn't too far over, and actually the team did a good job of jumping on the issues and resolving it, so they're all back up and running again now. But that was probably the most significant thing that's happened since the last time I chatted with you guys. At the moment, we did, so that's it. That's about some of the update. I'm afraid a very quick one this time around, but like I said, in some ways that's a good thing.
Do you think it's too early to see if there's like a correlation between the efforts, at least within VMware, to try to like aggressively bump everything to latest versions to like reduce the number of known CVEs and the number of inquiries that you all are getting, or is that totally unrelated?
I don't know how much of that work is feeding through into the Cloud Foundry Foundation.
I believe all of it, like, because it's like really focused on all the upstream components. So all the upstream components in CF are, yeah, now aggressively auto bumping and even auto releasing in some cases components.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Just,
I would say I would. What's the right word to say? The cause and effects potentially seems to be there. Yeah. No, so I can continue to monitor that. We used to get quite a lot of pings about, oh, this dependency is out of date, therefore I'm seeing these CVEs in my scan, kind of thing, and they were hard to deal with because we didn't, we don't know what kind of what sort of configuration they're running on their scanners and so on and so forth. And that kind of activity has dropped off. So I would say there does appear to be, you could draw the conclusion that there is some cause and effect there in a positive way. Yeah. I will. I'll dig into that a little bit more though.
Yeah. Do you have like numbers available or some statistics around like the number of these types of inquiries per month or something? Because it would be really nice, I think, also to help justify continuing with this effort on the VMware side, right? Like if we can have these numbers and see like the number of inquiries drop, I think that would be really positive to show.
Yeah, sure. I can dig in and get you some historical figures if you want there. But I will tell you that the number of pings we're getting has dropped to basically zero.
Yeah, no, so that I believe you. That's great. But like if we can have month-over-month numbers and then like for, I don't know, maybe the past half year or something, and then like can show that to, I don't know, our management within VMware, I think that would be really appreciated.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks.
That's awesome that those inquiries have gone down, because I know my team has gotten them and they're quite annoying to deal with.
Yeah, it would be nice to be able to plug Dependabot into into some of the Cloud Foundry stuff, right? It was a little bit difficult given some of the proprietary nature of some of the dependencies, but yeah, it definitely does seem to be having an effect.
Is there anything we can help with?
No, we're good at the moment. Thanks very much. I know where you all live, and I'll come and find you on the top channel or in private channels as needed as things move forward. But like I said, things are looking good at the moment. So it's a positive message this time around.
Thank you, Paul, for the update. So then we can proceed with the next step. So we have some PRs to review because we didn't have meetings in the last 1-2 weeks. I don't remember anymore. So let's look into the first one. Is about an improvement in our own scripts. So I tried this one, it worked on my side. We have enough approves here. Amelia or Chris, if you have anything to add. No. So last time we had approved an RFC, and I want to generate the number for that RFC with the automation we have. And unfortunately, it failed on my machine because at SAP we have digits in the path of your home directory, and if you have such a path, then here the search and replace logic fails because it founds the digits in the path and doesn't work correctly with the generating the next ID. That's why I try to fix it with this adding exec base name, which gives only the file name. It worked on my machine. I'm not an expert with find. I also tried on a Linux machine, so on Mac and Linux it works. Yeah. Okay, I have enough approvals here. I can merge. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, this is about archiving the identity CI repository. So we have the approval here from Bruce in the meantime. And we have enough approvals. Much. Okay, the next one. Another archiving PR.
Maybe this will help stop all those questions of people asking when we're going to update CF Linux FS3.
Yeah.
I got it again today.
Yeah, they're also in the TOC channel and yeah, I think in the build pack. So this is the next one, you mean? Wow. There are many approvals to that. Everyone wants to get rid of the old stack.
Well, formally, we would need Greg's approval, right, as a working group lead.
Because this is deprecation.
So yeah, he's owning it. I mean, yeah, it's clear. It's deprecated. There are no builds anymore. There cannot be any builds anymore, technically. So there's little to decide.
We aren't sending out. We aren't including the CF. We're still getting the information about CF Linux 3 through the our tracking system, but we're deliberately not sending that out based on the conversations we had prior to. So it's missing from there as well. It seems like a good idea.
Okay, then.
We did give ourselves the power to act in place of any working group lead. I say we merge it. Remember all that power?
In case they are absent, so you can wait 1 week.
No, we got rid of that line. We said whenever we deem necessary, or something, we removed absence on Stephan's suggestion.
Okay. Tough decisions here. Okay, I think it's not so. Let's give Greg the last word here. Yeah. Or if you vote that we should merge it, we can go to submit merge.
I mean, we can wait for
yeah.
approval, and like if it happens through the week, we can just merge it, right?
Yeah, this was my motivation. Yeah.
And I think on the CF Linux FS3 repo, there is already a very big deprecation mark, and that there are no builds anymore. So the messaging is clear.
Sorry, I was just getting power hungry now that we have it.
I think the next one is not yet ready to be, it's not ready for review. I have a question here. I would like to be clarified because on Mac it doesn't work without doing anything. So this is basically to generate the contributions for a GitHub user. We need this very often when we do the promotions, and this could be really helpful. And
I just Slack pinged Jeff. So for him to look at this again. Since it seems like this ping in GitHub might have fallen through the cracks.
if you have any additional feedback, it's really helpful to have this one. And the last one is the RFC about deprecating the matrix agent or removal of the matrix agent.
I think the link is wrong.
Sorry?
I think the link in the doc was wrong, but maybe I clicked wrong. 682.
I went through the link and it was, I don't know.
Maybe I have trouble clicking. I have it now.
Yeah, Amelia had a request for change here, which is already implemented. So it should be good to go to start the final comment period. So we are quite late actually. I want to start it 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, but yeah.
What's the state of the docs there? Did somebody make the updates, or and I haven't seen them?
I think they're saying that they are adding it to their timeline that they should clean up the docs.
Great.
So I don't think the work has been done yet, but they are noting it. They noted it down
Oh,
that they
that's part of
plan to
this
do
one?
it.
This one's been ongoing for many, many weeks already. We've been waiting for clarification on some of this in our group.
Wow.
Okay, well, if this PR solves that problem on the metrics agent deprecation, that's totally fine, because I know we're watching this one closely. Make sure that it'll get done.
So should we make the documentation changes prerequisite for this?
No, like the
I don't think
RFC
so.
an
I think-
RFC is like we agreeing that we're gonna do
Yes.
this thing, right? And then
That's
all
right.
the work can be executed afterwards.
Yeah. So that let's start the final comment period. And okay, go to set your motions. Any other business? I have one topic here, which is about promotion of execution leads and technical leads. This seems to be not described at the moment, or not in our documentation how people get promoted. It states only how this is done for contributors, so reviewers or approvals, but there is nothing about execution leads or technical leads. I asked also Eric whether he has any historical context, and basically there was no need until now for this, but yeah. So we, with the Kubernetes on Cloud Foundry on Kubernetes, we have the first working group where we have an execution lead change, and that's why I used that as trigger to look into this one. I think we need an RFC to amend or to extend the roles here.
Yeah. Do we have ideas on what we want to be in that RFC? Like maybe a vote between the current tech leads and execution leads, right? Like they need to have consensus on a new candidate. Is that, we want something along those lines? Or
I feel like also the approval of the TOC would be a useful thing here, at least for the execution lead. I mean, for the technical lead, it could be a working group decision.
why do we want to distinguish between the two? Is it like, I know it's different roles, but is there in practice a big difference?
I think most working groups don't have an execution lead, right?
I don't know.
So it was slight over engineering in the beginning.
Yeah. I think Eric wants to be an execution lead somewhere.
Yeah. So if you think that it's more a working group, my first thoughts were to also involve the TOC when the execution lead changes, but yeah, I don't know how to, you have different working group areas. The technical leads are, let's say, for certain area technical lead, and the execution lead is for all the areas in the working group.
No,
So
tech lead, both are for all the areas, right?
I think that the execution lead could be for some areas of the somewhere. I thought I saw something like this in the documentation, but
Okay.
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I can take the action item of writing up an RFC for this, and then I'll propose something that I think is reasonable, and then we can have something specific to
Okay.
argue.
Yeah.
Probably something of combination of the TOC approves and we open it up for voting from the approval from the working group too.
Yeah, in the role summary section, there's a slight distinguishing between technical lead and execution lead, some paragraphs.
You're saying there is one, or we should add it?
It is already there.
Oh, okay.
It's in this roles markdown file, and there is a role summary, and that has working group lead and execution lead. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It says working group leads are sponsored by the technical oversight committee. I don't know what that means. It's documented here, and then it says file not found. There's a working group process MD, or that doesn't exist, but that's what it's linking to.
So if I remember it correctly, Eric mentioned that the TOC nominated the working group leads, execution leads at the beginning to start with something. That's why my thoughts were in the beginning to have also the TOC involved when we change the execution leads. But yeah, Amelia, you can, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it makes sense from like the formation, but like from like the bootstrap, right? Like during the bootstrap, it made sense. But I think now in practice, like the few cases that we've had, it's more of a working group decision where like the working groups comes up with a candidate.
I would have a hard time to propose somebody for, let's say, routing area, right? How should I?
Yeah.
That makes it.
Eric wants it.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah.
But yes, I don't have expertise in many other areas besides my own.
Yeah, the same in our working group. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we have had the situation where we wanted Joseph to be also a tech lead, right? And that was a decision we made in the group, in the working group.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll write something so that the tech lead has more TOC oversight and the execution lead has more working group oversight. Seems to be a consensus-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? Not, we are done. Yeah, thank you for attending and take care. See you next Tuesday.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.